Welcome back, folks. My name is LastKnownMeal, and today we're going to be talking about the future content of Cyberpunk 2077 on my channel, so let's get into it. Because we are only 5 days away from this game being released, I wanted to kind of talk about all of the content that I will be making after this game comes out, because for the past couple of weeks I have been getting a lot of questions from people asking if I'm going to continue to talk about Cyberpunk 2077, if after the game comes out I will abandon it and move to another game, because everything I did was before release. That's usually when you get views. But that wasn't the case. I started talking about Cyberpunk 2077 because first of all, I played The Witcher, which was the previous game from CDPR, and second of all, as I started going more and more into that universe, as I started learning more throughout all of these years of making content, because the first Cyberpunk video that I put out was 4 years ago, in 2016, and at that time I didn't know that Cyberpunk is going to become such a vital part of my channel when it came to growth, because my channel, I'm not gonna lie, it did grow a lot when I started talking about Cyberpunk, both in that and the views. But it's not all about the numbers. It's important to talk about subjects and topics that you actually like talking about, so it doesn't burn you out, because when people talk about things that they don't like, they usually burn out fast, and that's the problem, because then they cannot produce the content which is, let's say, worth of their quality, so their motivation drops down, and that's something I don't want to get. I don't want to burn myself out by making videos that I don't want to make videos on. So talking about Cyberpunk kind of brought a lot of happiness into me making these videos, because I really do enjoy to make them, especially lore videos. And that's what I want to talk about, the future. So everything before this, the videos that I did, like lore videos, explainer videos, news videos, was done with the gameplay that, you know, everyone had, the 48-minute demo, the trailers they released, etc, etc. But in 5 days we're gonna have the game coming out finally, and that opens up new possibilities when it comes to recording gameplay, recording cinematics, making videos. So yes, I will continue to make Cyberpunk videos after the game comes out. We are here for the long run, as I can vouch for the Cyberpunk family from the Cyberpunk Community Podcast, which I'm going to talk about. But first of all, yeah, content-wise, once this game comes out, there will be a lot of guides. Guides on finding different stuff, guides on making your character builds, and etc, etc. Then finding stuff on the map, etc, etc. But also, I'm going to be going heavy into the lore of Cyberpunk 2077, Cyberpunk Red, and Cyberpunk 2020. There is still a huge history and lore to talk about, because I said we haven't even scratched the surface of the universe and the lore and just the amount of things Night City and generally the world of Mike Pondsmith has to offer. It's so vast and filled with things that I never talked about on this channel, which are really interesting, which I'm going to talk about, because if you watched my previous Witcher videos, you know that I like to make cinematic shots and then talk about history of certain places and characters, and I knew I had to continue to make lore videos, and that's something which is going to happen a lot in the future. A lot of lore videos done in my style. Hopefully you will like it, of course, once I upload that when the game comes out. Now, of course, those videos are not gonna come straight away. The game is coming out, we have to get to know the game first. There is going to be a 24-hour stream on release. I'm not sure if it's going to be day 1 and day 2, because I first have to test the stream, of course, and how do I test the stream without the game. So once the game comes out, there is going to be like a maybe slight test stream for me to determine if everything is alright, and then we're going to be moving on to the 24-hour stream, as I promised, which is something I'm extremely excited about, and hopefully you will join me on that insane journey of 24 hours of Cyberpunk 2077. That's going to be great. But yes, for the future, a lot of lore videos. Regarding news videos, of course, I will do news videos for Cyberpunk when everything, because even though the game came out, there's still DLCs, then there are expansions, then there is the multiplayer that, you know, I just can't wait to see how it's going to look like. So overall, I'm still continuing to be a Cyberpunk 2077 channel or YouTuber that I was before this. And I know some people have been asking, like, why did you switch only to Cyberpunk? As I said at the start of the video, it makes me happy to cover that subject. It makes me, I don't know, it pushes me to work and talk about this universe every single day. And when you have that motivation to talk about these things, when you really like it, I think people can recognize that, and people will subscribe to your channel to see what other content you can make. So I'm really thankful for all of that. I'm really thankful for all the support I've been receiving in the past couple of months, especially when the channel kind of started growing. And at the end of the day, we also have the Cyberpunk 2077 community podcast, which has been going on for a while now. We have 80-something episodes. I cannot tell you how proud I am to be a part of this amazing group, all of them, Neon Arcade, MADQUEEN Show, Triple S League, all of those amazing YouTubers that I cannot wait to see their content in the future once the game drops. So yes, the community podcast is going to continue after the game comes out. That's not going to stop. Obviously, one thing which is going to improve is that now devs will have a bit more free time to come and chat with us. So we're going to be having developer interviews, talking with various people from the community and generally from Cyberpunk community. So that's going to be really, really cool. The reason why we can't really get devs while the game is being made is, first of all, they can't talk about much, and that can be a problem. I mean, you can talk about certain things about the world building, and there's so much things you can talk about without spoiling stuff, but still, it's much easier once the game is out, so they can feel more relaxed to talk about certain subjects. So obviously that's going to be a huge part of the community podcast, which we are so thankful you tune in every single week. That's amazing. But as I said, regarding my content, you don't have to worry. I will continue to cover Cyberpunk content. There is going to be a huge extension of the series on the channel regarding the Cyberpunk topics. So we have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to cover once the game comes out. I honestly cannot wait for it. 5 days. I know everyone else here is excited too. So yeah, if you do like my content, stick by. There is going to be a lot more in the future, and I'm really excited to share this journey with all of you in the next upcoming months, because I'm sure that next couple of months are going to be wild. So again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. It really means a lot. I'm really proud of the community that we have over here. About every single one of you, you're great. So continue to be great, continue to be classy, and I'll continue to make Cyberpunk content. Maybe in the future, look, maybe in the future there is going to be a certain game which is going to be nice as a bonus on the channel. We shall see what it is. Ultimately, I want something that I like to play and that's something that people like to watch at the same time, because it's not only about me. So yeah, that's gonna be the future of the channel, and we are just getting started. I'm just getting warmed up for the actual content which is going to be released after this game comes out. We're gonna be for a while. I'm gonna be here for a while. So a lot to cover. Thank you again for watching. This is LastKnownMeal signing out. Don't forget to tell me down below your thoughts and feedback around everything. What do you want to see in the future on this channel regarding Cyberpunk content? Feel free to drop me ideas for videos. Like if there is something you want me to talk about, I'll make sure to make a video on it if there is enough requests for that. So thank you again. Don't forget to also follow me on Twitter at LastKnownMeal and join our Discord server. And I do have a Patreon page, and also I do want to thank my Patreon so much for the support of each and every single month. So you have a Patreon page down below, you can check it out. And again, huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters. Again, this is LastKnownMeal signing out. Stay classy, everyone. Bye bye.